Hi everybody, we just completed our Forex online live trading event yesterday, Thursday. So today is Friday. I would just like to recap this trade, the euro dollar trade, 5 minute, because it's still on. We had our preparation call one day before the live trading day event, which was the day of the very important, the FOMC meeting news in the US about the Fed fund rate. So at that time where it came out, that was at 4 p.m. my time. Well, this is the news reaction, right? So we see some volatility up, down, then we, wick up, interbar, then we see two green bars up, and then we see, the final reaction, right? After this volatility up, down, up, we see the final reaction down. Well, that provided a momentum move, right? And during our prep call, we were somewhere here where we saw the move, and we were very happy because this is in the overall downtrend. And we want to trade with the overall trends, obviously. And a momentum move is always great because after a momentum move, we can expect a refresher and a pause, which is our consolidation pattern, right? So this actually, this occurred here. Well, unfortunately, it triggered pretty early on. Well, on the 5 minute, we were expecting things to happen on a 15 minute. Well, with the euro dollar, it happened on a 5 minute. That's an S2, a standard type. It's a very good high quality S2 with a stop up here. Some of you who are trading in the Asia Pacific session were trading these type of patterns. During that time, we had other patterns too on the 5 minute in different time frames. Well, this is a classic pattern. Well, I missed it. It triggered around 10 p.m. my time. So this momentum move actually continued, right, quite quickly after a small pause. Well, never mind, you always get opportunities, right? Like in my morning here around 8 a.m., well, I saw this, right? I was not very happy about that I missed it, basically, but that's fine. Well, this pattern came up, right? It's another S2. It's more compact than this one, right? It's as slim as this one. It's more compact, and I've chosen a very tight stop. Here. I got in. Well, it had already triggered the standard entry. Well, I got in here because it didn't go a long way with a pullback to the line. So that was my entry. That was my stop. Then it developed nicely. There was this drop. Well, this was a stop run on a higher level, and I took a quarter profit here just to bank in some profit. It has made more than 4R by then, and I had my stop. Well, I had my stop further up. Then it continued lower. So I was basically tightening my stop at the lower highs. And well, this was during our live trading day event, so the stop, the trade was on, and I was keeping my stop here at this safe place, hoping for, well, that it could eventually go lower. Well, during my nighttime, nothing much happened, right? And we then saw, oh, here it broke lower, so this allows the opportunity now to tighten the stop. So my stop right now is here, and what we see now, well, is another pattern forming, right? This is an S1 pattern here on the 1 minute chart. And I'm thinking about taking that or not. Well, I've got some doubt, but let's have a look at the 15 minute, the 15 or the higher time frames. 15 minute. So this is the one I took, right? And this is sideways consolidation at night. Well, you might say, well, isn't this an S1 pattern here? Well, it's not, right? TC1 doesn't fulfill the rules, but still, it triggered lower, right? It broke lower. Well, what I'm a bit concerned right now is that these higher time frames, the 240, so that's TC3, TC4, and TC5, right? From perspective of 5 minutes. Well, the moving averages are widely opened up. Well, that's an exhaustion move, right? Here as well, we are overextended from the moving averages. Well, this is a stop run. This is another S1 pattern on the daily, a short. And these last days have broken the consolidation low. So that's the stop run move. Well, typically, and it's basically more or less done, right? So typically what happens after stop run move, well, you get a pullback to the 21 So, well, sometimes it just continues running. That might happen, or it might not happen. Typically, well, you get a pullback, right? Well, we actually here diving into heavy resistance. I'm not expecting this to just run its course, right? So I'm expecting a pullback. So I'm more cautious now. And see this more or less done. I want to bring this trade home, so I'm tightening up my stop now. It's a discretionary decision. Basically, I'm tightening up here to this because that's an S1 pattern, to the initial stop loss level of this S1 pattern. So now it's a very tight stop from perspective of my original uh, trade up here, right? It's a BigR multiple. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's about a 6R, right, with this level here. If it breaks lower, well, I'm more than happy. Do I take this one? Well, first of all, I've missed the entry, and secondly, well, it's a 5-minute trade. Right? Let's just bring it in again. It's a 5-minute. Yeah, it's a 5-minute. Nicely testing the 21. We are still the pattern forms. This momentum move has broken out of this sideways price activity, but it didn't go a long way. So this pattern, this flat, forms still within this sideways. So this pattern has not broken totally free out of sideways, right? If the momentum move were bigger, like down here, and the pattern formed here, well, we could say, well, it has broken free out of this. We can place the line as well out of this sideways activity. I mean, I've got a big R in the back. This can be taken, but I'm just deciding to tighten my stop and not take it. If I had no trade in, I would not take this for the reason just stated, and for the reasons that this is a very overextended, and that there might be a pullback, so this might be a failure pattern. It can be traded. I just don't see this to be a no regret trade. So let's see how this turns out. I'm actually using this pattern, right, to place my stop here, to tighten my stop, and let's see. In any way, it's a great trade. Thank you.